Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Season 1, Episode 5, Gremlins, Secrets of the Mogwai. Last we saw, we got Don't Drink the Tea, and we met Mang Po. I had to think for a second. Mang Po was this little old lady who decided she was lonely. She had a business out in the middle of nowhere. She said it was very rare for people to come across her business. Her sister did it with her. Her parents, I feel like she said, passed away at some point, and her sister ran this place. No one came around. The sister took off. She got lonely. She created tea that made you think you were there that one day. Like you showed up, you were there, you go to sleep, you wake up the next day, you think that was the first day you were there. These people had to have been there for 40 plus years. One of the dudes said, I'm 15 years old, but I look like 17. He looked like my dad. They were all gray in the hair. They looked like old ladies and old men. And that dude said he was 15 when he got there. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he got gray early and didn't age well. It had to be like in his 50s, which to me means some of these people were there for 40 years. Mang Po was saying, I'm sorry, but I was lonely. I don't give a crap. That lady was basically ruining these, well, not basically, she straight up ruined these people's lives. They now escape because at the end, Sam, Elle, and Gizmo save the day. They figure out or realize that Sam is a herbalist. His parents taught him, his grandfather taught him. He's all about medicines. So Sam, even in his delusional state of mind, because Sam drank the tea, he's like, well, I still remember everything else. And that was actually pretty smart of Elle. Elle was like, the dude that was 15, that's now 55 or whatever, he still remembered all his card tricks and stuff from when he was a kid. So you still retain the knowledge you have of the things you did. You just forget who you were and that you're like living there for eternity. So very smart. We realize Sam still remembers herbalism. He goes and makes a concoction that alters the state of mind of the people back to normal. We then are about to give Mang Po the tea. I thought the same thing. Elle was like, no, that's too nice. That's like being nice. We're going to make her lose her memory. Then she doesn't know all the bad she did, and she's kind of being let go of all this crap she just did. So we don't give her the tea. My problem is we left her in the place by herself. All she's going to do is get more depressed, more angry, and more vengeful. I mean, maybe she'll learn. I guess that was our hope, that maybe she'll learn and she won't do it again. But that crazy lady's going to do it again. But I mean, that's probably not relevant. We're halfway through the series after this episode. There's 10 episodes in Season 1. This is Episode 5. We're jumping into Episode 6 after this. Only other thing I want to point out is Riley Green has the Gremlins. He now put water on them, made at least 3 more. I think there was 3 more that came. The biggest one, who I feel like might be the Lenny or the George of the Mogwais, figures out the ventilation system has a couple screws loose. And in the end, the very last shot we saw was them going up into the ventilation system and taking off. We also have to point out, because I pointed out at the end of the episode, there was this great Phoebe Cates reference moment by Elle where she started telling tales of how her parents died by stealing lanterns that floated them up to the sky and dropped them to the ground. And all the townspeople heard were screams as her family plummeted to the ground and died. Although, I don't know if this is going to become a thing. They said the bodies were never found. And all that was found was a shoe. Being like, yeah, it was that horrible that all that remained was a shoe. They like exploded into nothingness. Or is it that we never found a body because her parents are still alive? The only reason I don't think her parents are still alive, maybe they are, but the only reason I feel like that might not be the case is because they were miserable, horrible, shitty people. They were using her as a child thief to make money, and then as soon as she got caught, they ran away and never turned back. Now, they could say, well, we went in the sky in giant lanterns and plummeted to the ground and we were broken, but I still don't think that's good parenting. So that is all I wanted to say about that. Let's jump in because I'm already talking for 5 years. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see these in full unedited, as far ahead as humanly possible. Infinity Train, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Legend of Korra, Avatar. We just started Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It comes out Wednesday night. This comes out 3 a.m. that following day. So I'm doing 4 shows now within 10 hours of each other. So I'm going to try to space them out, but you're always going to get the first episode on YouTube fairly quickly. The rest are on Patreon immediately, full unedited, along with all the other shows I said, hundreds of movies. Check the link. If not, Season 1, Episode 5, Gremlins, Secrets of the Mogwai. Talked for 5 years. I have so much to say about this show.
As soon as I figured out who was missing.
Stop straining your few remaining brain cells and empty that jar. Its eyes are laughing at me.
What is with that? Is that gonna be something? Oh my god, I didn't even think of that.
How many rooms does this ship have?
Not to sound cruel, but it'd help us more if they caught Gangrene.
Everything is green, green, green.
When you meet danger, always stab or run.
I love that. Oh god, there's thieves.
Socks, that umbrella, your toothbrushes.
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Bandit.
Gizmo, attack.
I'm not giving him anything because this guy's not a
Yeah,
hardworking thief.
I feel like Elle could kick this dude's ass. See, look at that.
He's a bandit. Guess Grandpa wasn't so brave after.
Whoa! Oh my good lord. What is happening?
What is that thing?
So what did it do to Mr. Bandit?
Turn Mr. Bandit into one of them. And why are they hopping? And they all look identical.
Always stab.
Stab and run, stab and run, keep running. I would almost say maybe it's a misunderstanding, but they just rip through the chest of that bandit. They're so creepy too. They hop. What just happened? And now there's like 100 gremlins. The Sphinx Gremlin. Oh my god, they're looking at taking over the world. We got the Statue of Liberty, and that was the new batch. We took over New York, or tried to, Manhattan. I'm guessing we got at least 40 or 50 gremlins. And I'm thinking that's estimating low. Are they gonna murder? They just murdered the captain. I, Captain.
Gizmo, you know Kung Fu?
Gizmo knows Kung Fu. People are down here? Is it a person?
I'm Radish. Been a long time since we had company. Theodore.
The Radish. Theodore the Radish.
Oh, let me give you the
My
tour.
guess is his name is Theodore.
And behind that curtain is our outhouse. I wouldn't eat the carrots in there. Those hopping guys chased me into here, where Theodore was already hiding.
And they must be pretty dumb.
You guys really messed things up.
Sound the alarm.
Sound the alarm. Oh, gremlins, gremlins. That's horrifying. The gremlins turned on the record player to taunt
Come on,
them.
Grandpa, tell me what to do.
Me and Theodore built the perfect life here. Carrots, friendship, being alive. What did that other guy call them again?
Let me in before I'm
Zombies?
Jiangxi.
Jiangxi?
Yes, the Jiangxi.
Legend has it the first Jiangxi was
Jiangxi?
a government official too scared to ever think for himself. His soul could not even decide to leave his own deceased body. He turned into an undead corpse.
He's a zombie.
When you encounter a Jiangxi, this talisman will freeze a Jiangxi. The talisman must be placed on its forehead. You have to get right up to its horrible face.
Alright, so he remembers what it was? Oh, they got Theodore.
He's Theodore.
Yes.
Another
Sam, what are you
scorpion.
doing? Saving Theodore.
Grandfather said, if you're brave, it'll work.
Either way.
We are jumping back and forth. I don't even know how the henchmen are still alive. I guess the gremlins are toying with them. And they're playing music for Sam's parents. Oh, the acid. It's like, oh, that's amazing. Gremlins 1. Some of them are different than others, but that one looks blended them up. We're killing all the gremlins. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
From my wife.
Hey, that is a hell of a wand. Man, she just killed like 4 or 5 of them. Oh, God. Lock that door.
Over here, you know good bureaucrats.
Radish. Theodore, sorry.
Too many. Split up and leave them away from Radish.
I mean, at least they hop really slow. Gizmo's got a plan, but I don't know what it is.
Just be brave, be brave, be brave. Huh?
So now we gotta write a ton of them? Write more, Sam. Ella's just like, I'm gonna axe all these dudes.
The talisman stops them.
All right, let's make
Okay,
more,
great.
Sam.
I slow them down. You pin the talisman on the Jiangxi.
We need a lot. Wonder there. Oh my God, there's over a dozen. carrot distraction. We're using teamwork. I like the teamwork. I guess we got them all.
Everybody! Whoa, yeah!
One left. Oh, is Theodore gonna get broken?
Thank you for the save, Theo. I mean, Rad. If you don't want to live in a hole and
Come with
don't
us.
mind facing other terrifying dangers, come along with us.
We're building a
if you want.
team.
We're in!
I love it. We got a new teammate. Well, 2 new teammates.
Grandpa's directions were right.
Ah,
Even though Grampy was also insane.
I love the dude, but I ain't gonna argue. The gremlins are making him walk the plank.
You will not eat us! Oh no. Bright light! Bright light!
The wand of sunlight is instant death to a Mogwai.
The wand of sunlight explains why they exploded. Henchman 2 is still here. Oh, the pressure point.
Watch while I restore order.
Oh, is he gonna magnify it?
I wish to parley with your leader.
It's gotta be the big one. The captain.
Hello, Captain, let's say, Claw.
Please!
I need a crew to get me to the
They are
valley
so
of Jinn.
chaotic. I
What
love
would
it.
you like in return?
The world. Ship?
What do you want with a ship?
They want to travel the world and take over.
And I cannot tell what your people are doing to the Eiffel Tower, but it seems unpleasant. Get me the furry Mogwai and the ship is yours.
All right. We're making deals with gremlins. There's still dozens of them. Yeah, look at this. There is easily 30 or 40 left. All right, guys, that's it for season 1, episode 5 of Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai. Always stab or run. And that makes sense. We meet the Gangshi. The gang. It sounded like Gangshi, but it's gang. I'm not going to pronounce it again. But you know what it is. They're undead zombies. Grandfather told us about them. I feel like Grandfather at one point has told us or shown us everything. And I love it because we have this book. It reminds me of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when we had the Grail Diary. And all we got to do when we run into something that's a problem or don't know where to go or what to do, we just go back to the reference of the book. Grandfather, in this case, tells us what to do. He's like, yo, there's this talisman. You got to smack it on their head. It's this dude who was so unsure of everything he did his whole life, some king or whatever, he explained it, that even when he died, his spirit didn't know where to go. So he became this floating around undead spirit thing that took over these people. And now he could rip through the chest of somebody. This show gets violent when it wants to be. This bandit comes, they tried to rob us. He steals our toothbrushes and everything that we have on us. And then all of a sudden, one of these Gangshi come, punch a hole through his chest, turn him into one of them. So that got pretty violent. Then all the gremlins are attacking Riley Green's ship. They jump into a toilet. When it happened, most of the time I'm focusing on the water aspect, like don't get them wet because they multiply. But it just started the show and he jumped into the toilet. I'm more thinking like, why would you jump into a toilet? That's gross. Then I'm like, holy crap, I'm an idiot. They just became 50 gremlins. He intentionally jumped into a toilet because it's water. He got himself wet. Amass an army and take out all of Riley Green's henchmen, throw them off the ship. All of them, I feel like, maybe one of them's left. But the whole time, they keep talking about the puke gremlin. There is a gremlin that Riley Green ate that he vomited up that is still alive and blinking in puke form in a jar. The jar went off the boat with Zach Galligan henchmen. And then at the end, it shows it floating and the gremlin is still blinking. I half almost think that there's going to be some sort of twist where we fix that gremlin and he hates his own people because of the fact that they threw him overboard with the henchmen. I don't know, but they keep showing the puke gremlin. I can't remember if it happened in 2 or 3. I feel like it was 3 because I don't think it happened in the first group of 2 we did. But I keep feeling like something's got to give with that because why do they keep showing it? In the beginning, it was just for like shock factor, but now it's like there's got to be a reason. It can't just be that they keep showing the puke gremlin. But now Riley Green makes a deal. We had the Wand of Sun. The mom's going around murdering gremlins. I love it. We looked like we had a couple references to Billy's mom killing them with the blender and with the fan and the way the music played. It reminded me of Snow White, how they all got around in song and dance. And there was also the siren thing. I can't remember exactly which part of which gremlins it was, but they're like, yeah, sound the alarm. And all the gremlins are doing the alarm. It's amazing. But I'm going to jump into the next one. We'll talk more about this there. You want to see more of what I do, in the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see these full on edited as far ahead as humanly possible. We get both of them out on Patreon the same day. They get spaced out on YouTube. We also did the same thing with Always Sunny, 2 a week, spacing those out. Just finished Barry, Ted Lasso, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Infinity Train is finishing this month. Check them all out in the description. Full on edited. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.